Just moments earlier, Eve had been drowning her sorrows at Harry's barn after the meeting with the adoption panel went awry. Suki was on edge in the lead-up to the meeting, worried about having to discuss her past, particularly as a parent, in a room full of strangers. The situation was made worse by the fact that it was on the anniversary of son Jags, Amar Aditya, death. Jags, as viewers will recall, was sent to prison 5 years ago by Mum Suki, who framed him for a crime carried out by Vinny Shiv Jalota. Jags was subsequently attacked while behind bars when Ben Mitchell, Max Bowden, withdrew his protection for him, leaving Suki absolutely devastated when she heard the news. The guilt was overwhelming and, when quizzed about Jags by the panel, she fought tears and swiftly made for the exit. Eve chased after her, urging her to come back inside, but Suki apologized and left, feeling unable to do so. Devastated by the day's events and feeling like they'd lost their chance to be parents, Eve headed to the bar. And Nicola Mitchell, Laura Doddington, who was working at the bar, soon received a piece of her mind. Nicola, as viewers know, has locked horns with Suki on numerous occasions over the past week alone, though the two having never really got along. Eve squared up to her and told her she should have left Suki alone. Nicola, though acknowledging that Eve would have made a great mum, claimed Suki would never be a mother, belittling her children in the process. Seeing red, Eve slapped Nicola, who told her to smile, pointing to the CCTV camera as she reminded the former lawyer that with her previous, she's looking at years in prison. Eve reeled with shock. Upon returning home, she was taken aback to learn from Suki that, despite how the meeting concluded, they've been approved for adoption. But despite her excitement, it was clear that Eve was worried about what Nicola might do next. Will Nicola destroy Suki and Eve's happiness? Or can Suki and Eve stop her from doing so? Walford is about to be rocked by another explosive showdown, as Eve Onwin and Suki Panesar find themselves facing their biggest challenge yet. Just when the couple believe they have finally secured a peaceful future together, a dangerous enemy emerges from the shadows with a plan that could destroy everything they have fought so hard to build. At the center of the chaos is Nicola, whose reputation for manipulation and revenge is about to reach terrifying new heights. For months, Suki and Eve have battled countless obstacles. Family betrayals, criminal secrets, and personal heartbreak have tested their relationship time and again. Yet despite every setback, they have remained united, proving that their love can survive almost anything. But almost may not be enough this time. The trouble begins when Nicola discovers information that could change the balance of power in Walford forever. Refusing to let old grudges die, she secretly begins collecting evidence and building alliances behind the scenes. While Suki and Eve focus on their future, Nicola is carefully laying the foundations for a devastating attack. At first, her actions seem harmless. A whispered conversation here, a suspicious phone call there, a few carefully planted rumors. However, viewers soon realize that Nicola is playing a much bigger game. As tensions rise, Eve starts noticing strange developments around her. Business opportunities suddenly disappear. Friends become distant. Trusted allies begin questioning her motives. It feels as though someone is deliberately trying to isolate her, but she cannot prove it. Suki, meanwhile, faces problems of her own. Family members start turning against her for reasons she cannot understand. Financial concerns emerge unexpectedly. Even people she once trusted begin treating her differently. Every attempt to fix the situation only seems to make matters realizes is that Nicola is pulling the strings. Determined to make them suffer, Nicola carefully exploits every weakness she can find. She knows exactly which buttons to push and which secrets to expose. Her goal is simple: make Suki and Eve lose everything they hold dear. The situation becomes even more dangerous when a shocking secret from the past resurfaces. Suddenly, old wounds are reopened and long-buried truths threaten to come into the light. Eve finds herself forced to confront mistakes she thought were safely behind her. Suki, already struggling under immense pressure, fears that her entire world could collapse if the truth emerges. As Nicola tightens her grip, cracks begin appearing in Suki and Eve's relationship. Small disagreements quickly become major arguments. Questions turn into accusations. Trust becomes harder to maintain. The stress of fighting battles on multiple fronts starts taking its toll. For the first time in a long while, the couple's future appears uncertain. Walford residents soon find themselves caught in the crossfire. Some choose sides. Others attempt to stay neutral. But nobody escapes the drama. The Queen Vic becomes a hotbed of gossip as rumors spread throughout the square. Every conversation seems to lead back to Suki, Eve, and Nicola. Residents are left wondering who is telling the truth and who is manipulating events for their own benefit. Meanwhile, Nicola grows increasingly confident. Watching her plan unfold exactly as intended, she begins taking greater risks. Her actions become bolder and more ruthless. The more damage she causes, the more determined she becomes to finish what she started. Yet there is one thing Nicola may have underestimated: the strength of Eve and Suki's bond. Although their relationship is tested like never before, both women eventually begin noticing inconsistencies in the stories surrounding them. Pieces of the puzzle slowly start falling into place. Suspicion turns toward Nicola, and they realize they may have been victims of a carefully orchestrated campaign. The discovery sparks a dramatic fight back. Rather than allowing Nicola to divide them, Suki and Eve decide to stand together. Gathering evidence and uncovering hidden connections, they launch their own investigation into Nicola's actions. What they uncover is more shocking than anyone expected. Secrets, lies, and betrayals emerge from every corner of Walford. Some residents are horrified to learn they have unknowingly helped Nicola's scheme. Others are forced to choose between protecting themselves and exposing the truth. As the tension builds, an explosive confrontation becomes inevitable. In scenes packed with emotion and suspense, Suki finally comes face to face with Nicola. Years of anger, resentment, and manipulation erupt in a fiery showdown that leaves onlookers stunned. Eve is equally determined to settle the score. Refusing to let Nicola destroy the life they have built together, she takes a stand that could change everything. But with so much at stake, one wrong move could have disastrous consequences. The question remains: will Suki and Eve manage to save their future before it's too late? Or will Nicola succeed in bringing down one of Walford's strongest couples? Fans can expect shocking twists, emotional confrontations, and heartbreaking decisions as this gripping storyline unfolds. With loyalties tested and secrets exposed, nobody will emerge unchanged. One thing is certain: Nicola's revenge campaign is about to push Suki and Eve to their limits. And by the time the dust settles, they may discover that losing everything is only the beginning. EastEnders viewers won't want to miss a single minute of the drama ahead. Fire Television, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to EastEnders Spoilers Official.